Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's May 4th, 2024, and I'm doing some catch-up work today. You may recall a couple of weeks ago, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, I was working in the almond forest, the most western part of the first food forest. And I had blueberry plants planted in between all of the almond trees over there. And the weeds had just taken over, and it was just crazy. And so I dug out all of the blueberry plants and put them all around the sides, the perimeter over there by the almond forest. And if they survive, I'll end up using them on the new property up where I was clearing a lot last fall. I'll go over that in another video in the future if everything works out. But those blueberry bushes, and I have a couple of maples, couple other flowering trees as well, some crab apples, some cherries, those sorts of things. These are mostly for native wildlife. So the blueberry bushes, a few different trees, some big currant bushes I'll be bringing over here. But this is going to be their temporary home. So I'm over at base camp. So this is base camp right here. I just got done, so where's base camp for those of you that don't know? Base camp is after me putting in the roads by the large beaver ponds. I got to the new property that's on the next road over. That's our other property we have. And so last year we put a big pond on the property, and I did a lot of clearing, took down some buildings, did a lot of work over there. There's a lot more that's got to be done, but we're going to be reforesting the whole area in the future. And I've been over that in other videos, and I won't go over that now. But base camp is the location where I had to make a clearing as soon as I built the roads over there, so I could work from a spot, stack all the trees that were going to be used for firewood and so on and so forth. So, and this whole area is a large set of hugel culture pits all in here. So I think that was last year, the year before. Time just keeps flying for me. So I just came over here with the Hulk and smoothed out the surface in the area, and I'm going to bring all the blueberry bushes and some of the trees over here and bring Elon over, put them in the ground. Now ideally, like that one's like a 7-8 foot tall blueberry bush right there. They should all be pruned back. They should have been pruned back years ago, but I never got to it. And it'll be the way it turns out. So I'll see if I can get these in the ground over here today sometime. But what I'm going to do now is use the Hulk here, go over and grab some of those. I may have to use Mini-Me to help me put them in here. Then I'll bring Elon, the excavator, over, and we'll dig some holes, get these guys put in the ground, and hopefully they'll survive. So hopefully that all made sense. It makes sense to me anyways. So, and I won't be showing all the heavy equipment working and all that. I know that gets a little bit monotonous for everybody. So I'm going to get started and see what I can get accomplished. Okay, I just got the blueberry plants in over here at ground zero or base camp. And so I got most of them are in pretty good shape. One was definitely dead, so I deposited that one already. And then a couple of them have some bad spots like this one here. But we'll see how they end up doing. There's a fair amount of moisture over here. You can see all the heads here. And I'll come back with the Hulk later on and dress up the ground some. But, you know, they should get pruned back. I'm not sure that I will have time to prune things back this season. Got so much pruning to do. Here's some of the water as a result of me working over here is coming up out of some of the hugel culture pits. Really, really nice. It retains so much water, but this is a downhill slope. So one of the big pits there, it's just as I'm working there, it's just pumping a little bit of water out of the, what they call it, a reservoir. So really, really nice. And we'll get this dressed up later on, hopefully today, if things go well. Okay, it's later on in the afternoon, the same day. What is it? The 4th, it looks like, May 4th, 2024. So I'm over here at base camp, and I just got done finishing doing the transplants that I was planning on doing today. The camera looks tilted to me, I guess. So here are the native high bush blueberry plants for this area. These are the ones that I dug out in between each of the hardy almond trees in our first food forest. Some of them are quite large, and they haven't been pruned back in quite some time. But when they were growing in amongst the weeds, you could see the new shoots came off of the old established stems here. So it really needs to be cut back, each one of these. And one I didn't bother bringing over because it was so bad. It had very little soil on the root ball. This one was reduced soil, but we'll give it a chance, see if it will make it. Here. So these are all different native high bush blueberry plants. They all have different flavors. You know, they're blueberries, but they well, they don't have different flavors. They're small blueberries, very small, and many of them are quite dark in color as well. So, and I have several more in the first food forest that I'm going to move out of the first food forest as well. So here are a couple of the trees that I transplanted. These were out of water, out of the soil for a few days, and they're left in the west side of the coop. So I don't know that they're going to make it, but they're in a good moist area here now. So we'll see how things turn out. As I work over here, this is all hugelkultur pits underneath this. So lots of organic material in here, but it's only a couple years old. It really sequesters lots of water in these pits. And the hugelkultur pits are just all tree materials, tree and vegetative growth. As I'm clearing an area, all that material goes underground, and then I cover it with some of the soil that I excavated out of the hole. So that's pond 1 over there. The swans have been feeding right up in here real close. Lots of activity out here. So I did transplant some of the black currants as well, but that's up by pond 8. Pond 8 is a pond that I excavated in the forested area on our primary property late last summer. It wasn't the last one. The last one I did, we're not going to go up there today, but there's a pond up there that I put in the forested area as well. So we'll go over to pond 8 and take a look at some of the transplants I put over there. Okay, we're up here by pond 8. Last fall we transplanted the foxglove. So these are foxglove plants that we had in the handicapped raised garden beds. And last fall I transplanted a lot of hostas. Up here you can see lots of the trees have been falling here, or the tops of the trees have been falling rather. So here's some of the hostas. The deer haven't found this spot yet, I guess, because they're eating all our hostas from the front yard. So hopefully these ones will get some good growth and they won't destroy them. So here's one of the gooseberry plants I just, not gooseberries, black currants that I just transplanted over here. And I forgot to mention, use the leaf mold or the composted leaf material that we got last fall in these holes to mend the holes. There's a frog right there. There's a frog time of year. Another one here. Now someone has come in and pulled out some of the vinca. You see the little holes around here. I plant vinca all around these rocks and the trees. This is one of the black currants here. There's some of the vinca there. So they're shade loving. The black currants can tolerate shade. They won't produce as much berries, but we've got so many that produce so much we're in good shape with those. So these are the bare root ones that we had listed for sale. And unfortunately, very few people took us, just one person I think took us up on the bare root black currant plants. Oh, come on, camera. Come on. And there's the last of the black currant plants right there. You can see there are some, the vincus just starting to come up in different places. So, and it's around some of the other rocks, the sitting rocks I put all around the pond here for last year. And I guess that's about it. So that's what I got accomplished today. Got some transplants moved, things that were out of the ground for a while that needed to get into the ground, and at least got them into a temporary location over at base camp, and potentially a permanent location over here. Got a lot more to plants to put over in here. We need a lot of shade loving plants, but there is a little openness because I created the pond here, so it'll be enough for these currants to survive anyways. So that's it for today's video. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below, and by all means take care and stay safe. Bye bye now.